Hi, this is Jared from the Broken Seal, and today we're going to be playing Ascension Tactics. This is the latest game from Stoneblade. I don't think it's Stoneblade Entertainment. It's a mix of a miniatures-based game with the Ascension deck building game. That's where the tactics comes in with the miniatures. You can check out our unboxing of this somewhere up there. I never remember which side it's supposed to be. One thing I do want to say, because I didn't mention it in the unboxing, because obviously I didn't know about it, the card sleeves that come with it they're really cool because they're transparent. The problem is, let me just, if I can get this out of here. So the problem is the fact that the card sleeves are transparent. So this is the sleeve, this is the card. And when you have them in there the way they match up, it's upside down so that the opening of the card sleeve is on the bottom. So that, you know, essentially there's a slight chance that they could come out from the bottom, which is kind of annoying. Another thing that I found a little annoying just going through the setup and all this was the fact that the heroes that you get to play as don't list their speeds on there. Like, there's just a base common speed of 3 hexes, but it would have been nice to have just so that way you know what, you know, the hero's going into. It was something that, like, you know, I had to read to double check on. So that's just something that I would have liked. I also would have liked card sleeves that opened at the top instead of at the bottom, so that way I didn't potentially drop cards or something like that. That's just something I'm always afraid of right now, because who knows. But anyway, we're playing the game. Card sleeves aside, I don't think that will affect gameplay at all. I'm going to read some flavor text. Also, I have the mat, just because this is like the first time playing, I have the mat over top the actual board, so that way we can still have, you know, the center deck, which I've split into 2 piles because they're sleeved and it's big. Then our always available cards and the cultist. So that way, you know, it just looks a little bit more presentable. I'm going to be on the blue gate, which is the first player. I'm going to be playing against the computer, or the AI, which is the yellow gate. And they have the Earth Tyrant, which is like a boss that we have to fight. In addition to other villains that I'll be going up against. Champions from Ascension's long history have been transported to a pocket dimension by a mysterious entity called Immo. When the champions first meet Immo, he tells them that he created the gods to serve the mortals, but they failed him by involving the mortals in their divine wars. Upset, Immo destroyed Vigil and its gods. He has brought the strongest champions of Vigil here to give them one last chance to save the world. To restore Vigil, the champions must battle each other and endure a series of perilous trials. Immo will grant godhood to those who survive, so they may ascend to become a new pantheon and rebuild the world. As one of these great champions, you are faced with a choice: Ascension or Oblivion. And we're going to be going over, or we're going to be playing the Battle of 3 Shrines, which is Scenario 1, I think. The champions step out from their portals to see 3 crystal shrines built among this territory's dense forest and lush fields. Immo appears from a shimmering mist, revealing their challenge. Cut down your adversaries if you must, but hold these shrines at all cost. When the sun sets, this trial ends. The fate of Vigil rests upon your shoulders, champions. So, our goal is to end with 30. Yeah, so our goal is to end with 30 victory points. I forget what they're called specifically right now. We get victory points by having the most heroes around the shrines, as well as defeating the villains. I'm going to be going first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once per turn, you get an effect based off of which gate you control. As the first player and the blue gate, I can once per turn get 2 damage, basically, which in this instance is used to command your troops. Oh, I have to put out my center row cards. 1. All right. So I'm going to use 2 apprentice to buy a Dreamscaper Diviner. There's another Dreamscaper Diviner. So I'm going to use another 2. Actually, I'm going to use the other 2 to buy heavy infantry. And then that'll be it for that part of my turn. Then I'm going to use the 2 from my blue gate to activate the Twilight Scout. And when you activate the Scout, they get their base movement, but the Scout themselves has +1 movement. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I get this treasure. It gives me +3 attack for whenever I choose to use it. And that is the end of Twilight Scout. I'm not near any of those, so none of that triggers. Then, once I end my turn, the villains go. They get 2 schemes, which are these red-faced cards, which I don't know if you can actually tell if they're red-faced, red-backed cards. But you can see that they have a red back right there. So first one, Supercharge. So we're going to command Prime, which means they go 1, 2. They're going to go towards the closest, or there. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. And then it would be a Surge. Place Earth Tyrant adjacent to the player champion with the highest attack. Earth Tyrant attacks that champion. Not cool. So Earth Tyrant appears here and attacks. They have an attack of 10. My defense is 4, so I take another 6 on top of that. So they kill the Scout, or knock out the Scout, I should say. Then Shattered Hope. Each player banishes the top card of their deck. So I'm banishing a Militia, which means it just gets removed from play. I needed that. And then command the Tyrant, who's going to move 3 towards 1, 2, 3. Then when they end their turn, they're going to get 2 of these, which I should have separated out first. So I'll put theirs down here. So they have 2. And that's their turn. Also with the solo play, once this scheme deck runs out, the AI wins. So I'm guessing I have to get 30 points before they do, which is kind of daunting, but we'll see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to draw at the end of my turn, which means that the Militia would have been in my hand. Then I would have had to have shuffled. And then discarded, which is an Apprentice. Okay, so now for my turn, let's see. All right, so what does this actually do? Okay. So I'm going to use the 2 from my Militia and the 2 from my Gate so that I can get the Flytrap Witch, which would go 1, 2, 3. Actually, because I'm still understanding this game, so hold on to that and all that. I'll just put it right there for right now. First, spend 1 to get the Faithful Guide, which gives a champion +1 movement. Then I'll spend the other 2. First I get one of these. Then I'll spend the other 2 to get Avoid Initiate. Then these 2 plus the Gateway. So she would have 4 movement now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could attack that, but I don't feel like I'm going to survive. So instead of going that way, I'm going to go... Oh, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to activate my +3 treasure so that her base 7 becomes a 10. Shoot at the... Oh, I forgot. I have to get over 10. That still won't kill it. So a champion is defeated when it is dealt damage equal to or greater than its defense. Okay, yeah. So I was a little worried when I read it through the first time, but now playing it, I've kind of gotten it. It just has to meet the 10. It doesn't have to get, like, I wouldn't have to do 20 points of damage to it. So hitting it for 10 damage kills it. Removing it from the board, which gives me 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put mine over here. So I've got 4, and also I have a slay ability. Draw a card. It's just an apprentice. It won't do me anything. So that is the end of my turn. This treasure gets discarded back to the bag. And I end my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shuffle these. So I've done my turn. Now we go back to the villains. We have Armory Theft. Equip a construct from the center row to the villain. We have 2 constructs. I guess we'll do that one to the Icarus Steelfoot villain. I'll put it right here for right now. So now it has the Morbid Hammer. And command that villain. So Icarus Steelfoot has ranged. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. Icarus Steelfoot has plus damage equal to the highest cost in the center row. So 5 or 6. So it has 6 damage. Plus this Morbid Hammer, which only has a slay effect. So if I can kill it, then we won't have to worry about that. Then the second one, Overrun, command, 1, 2, 3. Then command the boss, which puts it back onto the board. And then 1, 2, 3. And so this number down here, the one in the middle, that means that if there were that many cards in the discard, we would also do the bottom effect. Luckily, we're not at that yet. We're only at 4. Okay, so back to me. I'm going to play the Dreamscape Diviner, which lets me draw a card. Oh, you know what? I can't go back now, but I just now realized that the Lifebound Allegiance, well, it was an Allegiance. I had to have played another Lifebound character to get range. So that was my fault. But I did catch it. I guess to penalize myself, I won't go back on this one, which I was about to do. So, played that, drew a card. Then I'm going to play the Faithful Guide, which gives me an infantry or a mystic for free. Then I banish it, and it goes straight to my hand. I'm gonna get a mystic. Then I banish this. I'll put banishes over here. Then I'll do, oh sweet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it, I'm only at 5. I was gonna buy that so that I could just defeat the dragon there, but command a champion for free. Your enlightened champions have plus 5 damage. Equip champion costs 2 less to command. Okay. So I'm going to spend 5. I'm going to spend 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 to buy the All-Seeing Eye, which has an ambush effect. Command a champion for free. Your enlightened champions have plus 5 damage. So I'll put it on the Ara Templar, who also gets -2 activation to do it. To command. Yeah. It would have been more beneficial to do that later, but whatever. So, commanding one for free. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then, since they only cost 1 now, I'll use that 2 to send them 1, to bring this dude out. 1, 2, 3. Then I have 1 left over plus 2 from that. So I have 3 left over. I'm going to command the Twilight Scout. And I'll have the Twilight Scout go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Actually, no. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Let's just get that done with. And that'll be my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then Heartless Slaughter. Villains get slay, gain 1. Oh, I gained 2 from being next to that. So I was at 4. I'm at 5 now. I'll be at 6 now. Right? Because I had 4. And I gained 2. Yeah, 6. So the reds are worth 5. So they get 1 this turn and then command the green, which is Prime. So Prime is going to go 1, 2, 3. And that's all Prime does. Seize the Wind. Villain champions get +1 movement this turn and then command red. 1, 2, 3. They prefer to be right on top of it, so I'll just try and position that as much as I can. And then that's the end of that. They have 2 next to it, so they get 4. I'll give 1 in, so now they're also at 6. And then it's back to my turn. I'm gonna spend my militia to activate the Ara Templar. 1, 2, 3, so that I get this. That's another +3. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to spend 5 to get the Clockwork Shield. And I'm going to put the Clockwork Shield on Twilight Scout. Then I'm going to spend 2 from my Blue Gateway to bring out a Cultist. And some of these I've already started priming. The Cultist I'm not going to paint like in detail individually, so they're just getting like kind of like a what is that stuff called? Kind of like the shading, like the base shading stuff. And then this is actually primed as well, but I'm going to paint those detailed, like the bigger ones. And also the champions, because they're important. So, I get him. I'm going to send him 1, 2, 3. And then that's him. So I will draw 5. 1, 2. Shuffle my discard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, at the end of my turn, I got another 2. Alright, so now we're on to the villain. We have Void Corruption. Let's see, so what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll need to start worrying about it next turn. Because I think 8 is the lowest. Banish the center row. Deal 2 damage to each player champion for each Void card banished this way. So, 2... 4. So there's 4 damage being dealt. Let me just put these out before I forget. each player champion for damage dealt this way. So Twilight Scout would have been killed, but the Clockwork Shield, I may destroy Clockwork Shield to prevent it, which means it just goes to my discard. So that was the first one. And then Mind Feast, each player discards a card at random. So of these, discard that one. It's an Apprentice. And then command this one, which since they're already close to it, they're just going to stay next to it so they can continue getting the points. And at the end of their turn, they get another 4, which puts them at an even 10. And then it's back to me. All right, so I will spend 3 runes. First one is to get the Void Speaker, which there's no ambush or anything like that. And then the other 2 are going to go to the Void Initiate. Hey, I finally got some Lifebound stuff. Then with my 1, I'm going to command 1, 2, 1, 2 to go there. And he can't do anything else. And then with my 2, I'm going to command their Runic Lycanthrope. Oh, if I play another Lifebound card, he gets +5. So yeah, with that, I'll command him to go 1, 2, 3. And when I end my turn, I get +2 from there, giving me 10. Okay, then I get my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then our first one is Lifebound Corruption. Banish the center row, deal 2 damage for each player champion for each Lifebound card banished this way, which I needed that Lifebound card, so that's not cool. So from the center row, it's just the Marsh Ranger. Oh, I really needed that one. So 2 damage to all my champions, which won't matter until it matters. And now that we're over 8 in here, or 8 at 8, we're going to command our green, which is prime. It's going to stay there. Supercharge. It's going to command red and surge again. So it would command this. It's going to stay there, but then it's going to surge, which means place Earth Tyrant adjacent to the player champion with the highest attack. Earth Tyrant attacks that champion. Comes over here and is going to attack my Ara Templar. He only has 5, so his 10 damage definitely kills him. Which destroys, it breaks my All-Seeing Eye and puts it into here. Something to note, into my discard. Something to note is that the ambush effect only works when you buy it, not when you play it. So the ambush, that's one and done. Then deploy a cultist on or adjacent to that hex. So we have a cultist over here. And then at the end of their turn, they get 2, 4, 6 points. We got to catch up. All right, so my turn. Okay. I am going to pay 3 to get the Wild Bark Mail. The ambush effect is place a forest adjacent to any forest on the battlefield. I'll put this over here. Then it's a construct, so it gets attached. I'm going to put it on the Lycanthrope. So that now it has 10 health. And it also gets 1 additional movement. So now when I play my heavy infantry and activate it, because I've also activated a lifebound card this turn, it's 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought I did the math right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. You can only activate stuff once. All right, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I don't want to move all the way over there because I don't want to get in the range of that dragon. 1, 2, 3. 1. So I was here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go there. There. Actually, why don't I just be smart about this? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go over there. Then with my militia, I'm going to have Flytrap Witch attack this cultist, which kills it. And because I slayed a creature, I draw a card. Then I'm going to play the Dreamscape Diviner, which lets me draw another card. And oh, I'm going to activate my 2 from here, from my blue gate, to activate my Scout. Oh wait, didn't something let me... Oh no, that was that one, Command a Cultist. Oh, well. Alright, well, I'm going to do my Apprentice to get the Frenzied Cultist, which lets me activate a Cultist for free. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to activate my gate to move this. 1, 2, 3. No, that's too close. 1. Does he have range? No, he doesn't have range. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'll put him right there for right now. And then that'll be my turn. Get that card. Shuffle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, oops. Villains get slay, gain 1 this turn. Command Icarus Steelfoot. They're going to go 1, 2. Then players discard all treasures, which this one was. And command green, which is prime. Prime is just going to move here. Then Ravage. This gets +5 attack and +2 movement this turn, and then command it. It's gonna. They always try and stay there unless 1, 2, 3. Actually, no. So they could kill a champion. So they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and they're gonna attack my wolf, my runic lycanthrope. It has +5 damage, which puts it at 13, which is enough. So that kills that. He goes back over here. Then command him again. 1, 2. And then he knocks out the scout. And that's their turn. Oh, I never got my 2. I didn't get any of my stuff. So I just had 2 from over there. And then they get 1, 2, 3, 4. So that puts him at 20 to my 12. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm going to play the Void Initiate, which gives me 2 runes. Then I'm going to play the Void Speaker, which gives me 2 damage, and Void Allegiance give a champion +4 attack. Then I'm going to do the Frenzied Cultist, which gains 2, and I can command the Cultist for free. 1, 2. Then the Dreamscape Diviner, which lets me draw a card. I'll play the All-Seeing Eye onto back onto the Ara Templar. And then I have another Void Initiate, which gives me 2. So I have 4 that I can purchase with. With that 4, I'm going to get I'll get Pollen Pixie for 2. And I'll get another Cultist. Who I'm going to command to go. Well, I'll hold on to that for right now. So I got another Cultist. I'll play Pollen Pixie. So now I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 damaging, or whatever command points we'll call it. With that 8, I'm going to command the Flytrap Witch. Oh, that'd be 4 though. Yeah, so I'm going to command her to go up here. No. Yeah, I'll command her to get closer for 4. Then I'm going to, so that's 4. I'm going to do the Runic Lycanthrope. Where was she? She was here, I think. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So instead, I'm going to command her to go here, which puts her into that. Because I've played other Lifebound things, she gets range. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have her attack Prime. Prime has 7. She's at 7. So that kills Prime. And I get to draw a card. What were these? Oh, these are cards that I played. I'm just moving them down. Then, so that was 4 of my command. Then I'll command the Runic Lycanthrope. Oh, and I gained how much? 3 from him. Which puts me at 15. Then I'll go with Runic Lycanthrope to go 1, 2, 3. So that puts me at 6 total command that I've spent. And then I'll activate the Ara Templar. 1, 2, 3. And he only costed 1, but that's fine. I'm going to end it there. So at the end of the turn, I get it from I get 2 from having my Cultist there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a great hand. They go. Surge. They're going to plop down right over here. And they're going to kill my Ara Templar. Because there's no way I can stop that 10/10 from coming out. Then deploy a cultist on or adjacent to each honor shrine. 1, 2, 3. Banish the center row. Deal 2 damage to each player champion for each Mechanic card banished this way. 1. There's just 1, so it does 2 damage, and it won't kill them. But I do command Hadron Smithy, who comes out over here. 1, 2, 3. I always like games that have, in the solo play, ways to get rid of cards from the center row, because it's important. The one good thing about that is that it's much easier to kill this dude now. If I can command him, which I'm not going to be able to. Oh, and then they get 2, 4, 6. So they have 5, 10, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. Ooh, I will lose because I can't do this right now. So the reason why I can't really do anything, I have 5 apprentices in my hand. There's really, I just, because I can activate 1 champion, but that's not going to be enough to kill him off. Nor is it going to be enough to, stop them from getting at least a couple more points. So, just to play it out, we'll see what happens. I'm going to spend 3 on Scrap Weaver, which deals 1 damage to all enemy champions on the battlefield. So everything gets 1 damage. But, oh, that kills the cultist. 1, 2, 3. And then all these other ones get 1 damage. Wish I could buy that. Now I wish I had 5. I guess I'll spend 2 to get this, Shade of the Black Watch. And then the final 2 I will spend to activate the Runic Lycanthrope. To go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then end my turn. And it would get me another 4 points, putting me at 21. Ending my turn. We get Unleash Chaos. Reveal a treasure from the bag and give all villain champions that bonus until the start of their next turn. And then command. So +1. The hell was that symbol? Strike Back. A champion with Strike Back retaliates against incoming attacks. Okay. Won't really help them. But then command 1, 2, 3. We don't have 16 yet, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then Fires of War. Villain champions get +5. Command again. 1, 2. And then it would kill off my cultist. Oh, I forgot to move this cultist. It doesn't matter. I'm going to lose. Yeah, it would kill off my cultist, and then it would command the boss, who's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then attack, killing that. And then, end of the round, they win because they would get another 2. No, they would only get 2. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. So, back to me. I wasn't expecting it to last as long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm going to put the Clockwork Shield onto the Ara Templar. Since I never activate him, I'm just going to put him there. use my apprentice to buy the Thicket Familiar. And let me just double check the allegiance. So I got the Thicket Familiar. Then I'm going to activate these two, or the heavy infantry plus the gate to activate the Flytrap Witch to come 1, 2. Then attack him for 7, which he has 4 plus 1, and then 1 strike back. So it still dies. I just take 1 damage, and then I gain 2, which puts me at 23. Then, I don't have anything for 1 right now. With my other 2, I'll get the Clockwork Blade and I'll put it onto the Ara Templar. I'll just put it like that in case it matters. And then I'll end my turn getting another 2 points for my Witch, putting me at 25. Then I would draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First one, each player banishes the top card of their deck. It's the Pollen Pixie, which I did not want to have banished. And then command 1, 2, 3. This is gone now. And each player banishes a random card from their hand. Go with this one to Thicket Familiar, the one I just got. Command this, so it's going to go onto here. Let me move this so that it's not blocking the cultist. And each player discards a card at random. I'll get rid of that one. It's an apprentice. Command Icarus Steelfoot. They're going to go 1, 2, 3. Then deploy a cultist on or adjacent to that hex. On it. Then at the end of the turn, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, putting them over 30. Game over for me. Womp womp. All right, so now on to our final thoughts. Having played this game, I don't know why I did that, doesn't matter. Having played this game, this is my first time playing. Obviously, you all have come to expect that if you're familiar with the channel. There was not a lot to learn. It's not like the learning curve is hard in terms of learning the actual game. Playing the game, there is a bit of a curve. You have to make sure that you're aware of various different things, as well as making sure that what you're buying from the central row helps you in some way, shape, or form. Also, which isn't a matter for you all, but for me, remembering having to record and all this stuff and keeping all the rules straight, I messed up a few times. I know for sure I didn't ever activate this cultist. I accidentally gave a allegiance effect to one of my people. Didn't really matter in the long run because I ended up with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 versus 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 34. So I lost by about 9 points, which is better than I thought. I thought that I would play this and I would lose by the scheme deck being decked out. So I'm okay with losing because they just gained more. I do think that with just a human player or human players, it'd be easier because you won't have to worry about this big behemoth over here that does 10 damage and takes 10 to be killed. You can get around easier to go, places. But, and, there's more combat happening and not just straight, okay, this moves here and kills you. That being said, I'd still enjoy it. I'm going to keep playing this until I eventually win. It's fun. I'm going to give it also, this isn't anywhere affecting my score. In the unboxing, I found one figure that had fallen off of his base. As I was putting the game together, I found another figure whose head had just fallen off, and all that happened during shipping, so That kind of sucks. But that's just something that I meant to say earlier and just forgot to. I would give this a just first impression score. You can check our little rubric down below. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I love deck building games. I love miniature based games. I love lane based games. So I'm happy to see this being put out more and more. It seems like with this one, they held on too strong to the Ascension, the deck building part of it, and maybe didn't give enough to the tactics part of it. That being said, this is my first playthrough, and this is the kind of game that does require multiple playthroughs to really get the gist of it. So I don't want anyone to walk away thinking like 3.5, this is the worst game in the world. I enjoy the game. I'm going to keep playing the game. I'm going to offer other people to play this game. I just think right now it's a 3.5 just based off of me playing it one time. So hopefully you all enjoyed this. You can check down our description for more information about us. Also, if you want to try and support us, you can find out that. And come back next time. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe, especially if you made it this far into the video. And come back next time for more awesome content where sometimes I beat the computer, but not always. Bye.